There was no trust or respect. Cindy? It's me, Scar. I have some pictures I've been dying to show you. Can I come over? Pictures? Pictures of what? Last week, silly. They're really hot. Don't you want to see them? I was stunned that my former best friend wanted to show me pictures of her and my husband making love last week. I thought that perhaps she felt guilty and wanted to provide me with proof for my divorce. Of course, she wouldn't want to just show it. I was too stunned to say anything but, "Sure, come." Will Breck be there? No, he's not here right now. Oh, good. There's some pictures I don't want him to see and things I don't want him to hear. I'll see you in a second. I was still kind of foggy as I straightened up a little before Scarlett walked over. She asked for wine instead of coffee, even though it was Saturday morning. The first thing I noticed was her tan. Her outfit exposed a lot of skin, and there were no tan lines anywhere to be seen. Her pictures were on her tablet. She started with selfies of her and another girl on a tropical beach. "Who is that?" I asked. "That's my friend Krista from college. She's a travel agent now. She's the one who organized the whole trip. I couldn't have afforded it otherwise. 5 days in a 5-star hotel on a tropical beach and men with bodies you wouldn't believe. Girl, I got something to tell you. I'm still high, as you can probably tell." "So were you there last week? Was anyone else there that you knew besides Krista?" "No. Why do you ask?" "Just curious." "Oh, I understand. Cindy, I'm sorry I couldn't invite you too. Krista was only able to bring one person and make her company pay for it. I'm supposed to do an estimate on lodging, food, entertainment, and so on. What I really want to write about is love. It was amazing. They had a nudist beach. I have some personal pictures as well as ones I can show publicly." "So, you've been out of the country for a week." "I already told you that." "What? Did something happen while I was gone?" "Yeah, someone told me that you and Breck made love last week at the Holiday Inn in Louisville. I kicked Breck out last night." "What?" "Cindy, how could you believe that? I flirt with him, but no more than the other men in our group. Why didn't you wait to consult with me? Hell, you better kiss his ass soon, girl. There are plenty of women who would pounce on him if he was available. Now that I think about it, it offends me that you think like I can do that. I'm coming home." She left quickly as she began to cry. I felt dizzy. Shit, shit, shit. I really fucked up. That asshole George set me up. Damn him to hell. I have to call Breck right now and straighten this out. "I'm listening." He sounded angry and depressed at the same time. "Breck, honey, I just wanted you to know that I've forgiven you and I want you to come home." "Forgave me? What the hell have I done that I need your forgiveness?" "Well, I think I may have been a little hasty in what I accused you of, and I thought it would be nice if we started over." "A fresh start? You have a lot of nerve. First, you accuse me of having an affair without giving me a chance to dispute it. Second, you kick me out of my house. Then, God, I want to call you some nasty names. Then you send out a text message to all of our friends and family letting them know that you have proof that I cheated on you. I actually want to thank you for that. Before today, if someone had asked me who I thought cared about me the most, would trust and support me no matter what, I would have listed my wife, my family, and a bunch of friends. After the messages I've gotten from most of them, and from what you've told me, I know now I have almost no one who really believes in me. I couldn't believe the vile things they wrote to me. It was all based on what you told them, although a couple of them said they'd had suspicions about me for some time. There is no one but my sister and a couple friends who have been supportive. Thanks to you, I have nowhere to go this coming Thanksgiving and Christmas, because my own parents believed you over me. I don't even know of any bars or restaurants I can show my face in for fear of being embarrassed by former friends. I just sent a loud and clear email to everyone you lied to about me. I am no longer and will never again be your friend, or in your case, husband. Now, as for starting all over again, I do see that as a possibility. Once you get a divorce petition from my... Divorce? Honey, there's no need for a divorce. Like I said, once you get the divorce papers from my attorney, sign them. It's a simple 50-50 division of all assets. Once the divorce is finalized, we can both start over. Each of us will have to start our own new lives. By this time, I was crying my eyes out. Breck, I made a big mistake. Please let me make it up to you. I love you so much. Your words are just words. Your actions prove that your so-called love was as thin as paper. I'm not sure what proof you think you had about my cheating, but they managed to destroy any semblance of love you had in record time. You may have had some love for me, but you had no trust. Some things that are broken can be easily repaired, but trust is not one of them. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust you again. And you had no respect. If you had respect for me, you would have come to me and charged me. So you had some love, but no trust or respect. That doesn't seem like a solid foundation for marriage to me. Please, from now on, only contact me through my attorney. He hung up on me. Why? Why was I so quick to believe? That scumbag George got me drunk and convinced me that he saw Breck and Scarlett at the motel going into the room and kissing the whole way. With all the flirting Scarlett was showing, it was easy for me to believe it. That asshole George, correcting a mistake. That's what I needed to think about. I quickly sketched a text in opposition to the original text I had sent. I admitted that I had made a mistake and was too quick to judge Breck. I asked everyone to ignore what I had sent. I promised to apologize to Breck. I foolishly hoped that would help. All it did help was make everyone angry at me for ruining their relationship with Breck. I was now on their collective shit lists. I tried calling Breck again. The message went to voicemail. I sent him a message. It went unread. I sent him an email. That too went unread. I continued my efforts until I received messages that the phone number and email address were no longer in service. I found out which motel he was staying at by calling the front desks of nearby motels. After one phone call to his room, which consisted of his "Hi" and my "Breck, don't hang up," he hung up. Subsequent calls went unanswered. I arrived at the motel to find that he had checked out. I called him at work. His secretary and I had a good relationship. As soon as I called, she asked, "Cindy, what's going on? He came in this morning like he was going to war. He told me he wasn't taking any calls from you." "Ashley, I made a big mistake. We had a fight. I made him leave." "Well, I tried to apologize, but he wouldn't let me. I just need to talk to him. I can't believe two people who love each other so much can't work things out. I'll tell you what. I'll work on him to try to get him to listen to you. I'll call you back. I finally had some hope. I didn't just sit back and wait. I wasn't able to. I was too busy getting angry calls and texts from family and friends. The worst were from his mother. "I can't believe we thought you were telling the truth when you said you had proof he was cheating. We loved you like a daughter. Now we may have lost our only son. I hope there is a special place in hell for you. I may be risking my own salvation by saying this, but it's how I feel." As the day drew to a close and Ashley still hadn't called, I called her back. She whispered, "I tried to talk to him. He bit my head off. He told me that if I mentioned your name one more time, he would fire me. I could barely keep him from putting a reprimand in my personnel file. Please don't call here again." I was sitting at home a week after Scarlett's visit. There was a knock on the door. I looked over and saw a familiar brown truck and a young man in a brown uniform. He had a package and a large notebook. "I have a package for Cindy Barnes." "I'm Cindy Barnes." "I need you to sign for this, but the rules say I need to see some kind of identification to prove you are who you say you are. I'm sorry, but those are the rules." I went to get my purse and showed him my driver's license. As I signed for the package, I heard the man say, "You have been served." He cheerfully walked over to the truck, removed the magnetic UPS tag, and laughed. I swear I heard him say, "Fooling them every time." The situation was getting out of control. I had to do something else. I bought a full-page ad in the local paper where I admitted my false accusation and apologized as sincerely as I could. I begged Breck for forgiveness. I sent flowers to his office. I bought billboards begging for his forgiveness after I admitted it was my fault. I wasn't sure what effect my efforts might have. Then I started receiving sympathy messages and emails via email from former friends and a lot of strangers. Apparently, I wasn't the only one who had falsely accused my spouse and suffered the consequences. Out of the blue, Breck called, "I give up on Cindy. Stop the ad campaign. You don't seem to be settling down until I sit down and talk to you. When can I come in?" It took me a while to gather my wits and answer. "How about tomorrow night at 6, Stuke? Don't you want to have dinner? Why don't I bring our favorite Thai dishes from the Smiling Elephant? Thai chicken and shrimp, right? Level 3 spiciness, though, not the level of lava heat you like. If you don't get watery eyes, if you don't have sweat on your forehead, and if your nose doesn't leak, it's not good Thai food." He grinned. I couldn't believe it. He called out. He sounded happy. "He's coming over. Shit! I should have been prepared. I might only have one chance to save our marriage." It was the longest 24 hours I'd ever spent. I wore what I hoped was Breck's favorite dress. I ordered wine for dinner. Finally, it arrived at 6:02, the longest 2 minutes in history. My body literally jumped with fright when the doorbell rang. I flew to the door. It was Breck. I was going to scold him for thinking he should ring the bell, but I wanted to keep things positive. We complimented each other on how we looked. Most importantly, he was smiling. He put the food on the table while I poured the wine. We pounced on the food while talking. I was surprised that I was so hungry, but we both really loved Thai food. The hot food made us drink more wine than usual. More wine than usual helped to lighten the atmosphere. I decided to get to the point. "Breck, I was wrong. I guess I didn't believe that someone as wonderful as you could truly love someone as flawed as me. I really missed you while you were on your business trip. When I was told you were seen entering a hotel room with Scarlett, I lost my temper. Too much alcohol didn't help, I'm afraid. I remembered how jealous I was when I saw Scarlett flirting with you. I forgot how she flirted with everyone, and she was my best friend. She wouldn't betray me. Most importantly, you wouldn't betray me. My greatest wish is that you'd give me a chance to atone for my mistake. Do we have a chance? Cindy, I hate to think what my blood pressure was like in the first weeks after you accused me of adultery. It took me quite a while to calm down. Your campaign to get me to forgive you and believe that you are sorry has honestly had some effect. If you can show me that I can trust you..." That damn doorbell! What a lousy time. It rang and rang. "I'll get rid of whoever it is. Don't move." I ran to the door. As I started to open the door, George burst in. "Did he hurt you? Let me look at the bastard." I screamed. "What the hell are you doing here, George? Get out. My husband and I are having an important conversation. Get out, now." "I thought you were done with that traitor. What lies did he use to win your heart back? I'm the one you want. You told me so yourself." "George, whatever I said or did, I was drunk. I'm begging you, please leave before I call the police." "Look, I know I lied about his affair with Scarlett, but he has other girls. I'm sure of it. What we had that night was special. We can build a new life on it." Breck spoke up. "You're the one who told Cindy I was having an affair. You asshole. What kind of special night are you talking about?" I screamed. "Don't say that, George. Please." George didn't follow instructions. He smirked, saying, "Our special night included intense lovemaking. It didn't take much effort to convince her to give herself to me. She wanted it, loser." Breck took a couple steps toward George. George took a step toward Breck and swung first. His fist seemed to bounce off Breck's chin. Breck's fist broke George's nose and knocked him to the floor. Since George seemed the most hurt, I rushed over to him. This sent Breck into an even greater rage. I stood up to say something to Breck, and he hit me. I fell. I never, ever expected my husband to hit me. It was completely out of character for him. I didn't cry. I helped George to his feet. I stood in front of him and kicked him in the balls as hard as I could. Then I went to get a towel and ice for his nose. I didn't notice, but Breck called the police and asked for an ambulance. Neither of us said anything until the police arrived. Breck told them the truth about what had happened. I wanted to deny that Breck had hit me, but I had a bruise that showed the truth. George said he would prefer to press charges against both of us. Breck and I volunteered to go in the police car. George went to the emergency room in an ambulance. We were charged. We posted bail and went home. We took different cabs, even though we were going to the same place. After pulling up to our house, Breck drove off in his car. I went back to square one, trying to atone for another sin. I just couldn't give up without trying again. I thought I had come up with a good idea. One day I showed up at Breck's workplace with about 50 friends and family members who were also hoping to make amends. Some had signs on them apologizing or asking for forgiveness. I hoped the number would make a difference. "Can I help you?" Ashley's greeting was brief but professional. "Yes, we'd like to see Breck Barnes, please." To my horror, she said, "I'm sorry. He doesn't work here anymore. Is there anyone else who can help you?" Afraid to recover from the shock, I replied, "You can refer us to someone who knows where to find him." "I'm not allowed to give out that kind of information. I'll call Mr. Elliott." "Mr. Elliott came out to meet us. He wasn't happy to see us." "So this is the traitor brigade? You assholes cost me one of my best employees. He left to get away from you. He needed a fresh start in a new place. If you want us to help you find him, go away. Now get out of here before I call security. We're gone." I turned to Ashley one last time. She shrugged as if to say, "I don't know." I called every office listed in Breck's company's annual report. They all said that no one named Breck Barnes worked there. He had either gone to a competitor, working as a contract employee rather than a salaried employee, or had changed careers. He took half of our property and left me the house as stated in the divorce papers. I signed, and our divorce was final in a few months. I considered spending some of my money to hire a private investigator to find him. I waited, hoping I could come up with something that would make him forgive me and believe he could trust me. I never thought of anything but, I promised not to do again what I promised before, to never do again. Not very convincing. It wasn't easy to let myself stay in the house we shared with Breck, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. I wanted him to be able to find me, just in case. I didn't have to wait long. I got an email from Scarlett. She wrote, "I'm sorry I haven't contacted you since we had that fight at your house a few months ago. I was really angry that you didn't trust me, your best friend. To think that I might have committed adultery with your husband. Anyway, one day I got an email from Breck after he moved out. He apologized for one of your friends dragging me into a conspiracy that wanted to hurt him. He said that wasn't fair to me either. That was so sweet. My heart just melted. Well, we started texting each other. He opened his heart to me. Finally, he invited me to come visit him. As soon as we saw each other, we both knew we were meant to be together. Now I'm Mrs. Scarlett Barnes, and I couldn't be happier. I can't believe you didn't trust him. Well, please thank this George guy for including me in his plot to seduce you. I'd say, no offense, but that would be a lie. I'll send a picture of the baby when he's born in 6 months. I was ready to move out of the house right now. The end.